Frema Shows. Today I'm gonna teach you how to cook Ghana classic restaurant jollof rice. We all love jollof rice, and apparently there's so many competition going on about Nigerian jollof rice and whatever. If you want to make a perfect, delicious, tasty jollof rice, I want you to subscribe to my channel on YouTube as Frema Shows, because I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. It smells good, it tastes good, and look nice and classic. This is what I'm having. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, it is. So meet me in the kitchen, and you can also watch it later on YouTube as Frema Shows. But don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, let's go to the kitchen and cook, because I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. Let's go. Hello, welcome to Frema Shows and my kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you how to do classic jollof rice. Classic. When I say classic, I mean really classic. Let me take you to basic ingredients. Here I have ginger, fresh ginger, garlic, onion. These are all fresh tomatoes. Now the main ingredient that will make your jollof rice the best or classy. Alright, I have curry powder, I have thyme, bay leaves, pepper, nutmeg, corned beef. This is ground grove, and the fresh one is at the bottom. Tomato paste, oil, chicken stock or beef broth or whatever you call it, salt. I have shrimp powder, and I have our well cooked and fried meat right here. So basically this is the ingredients you need. All right, let's stay tuned. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to blend our ginger, garlic and onion. I'm going to slice a few so that we can use this to saute the oil. And I'm going to blend our fresh tomatoes, and I'll be right back. Then we start the whole procedure. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Alright, so get our ginger, garlic, and onion into the blender. Let's work on it. The next one is we're going to blend the tomatoes as well. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. I don't want to make noise in your ear. This is how it looks like. Alright, so we're going to pour it into the bowl, and I'm going to cut our tomatoes and also blend it as well. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. For our tomatoes, this is how far I got. Wow, that's a lot, right? Well, we are making jollof rice, so everything has to be a lot. Stay tuned. Let me blend it. I don't want to bug your ears with the noise. Stay tuned. Alright, our tomato is also blended. Let's put it in the pan. And we're gonna work on our stew. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. This is how much I made. Now that we got everything blended, let's put our tomato, because that's the last minute. Put this stuff aside, and we're going to work on the main ingredient. Stay tuned. We're gonna warm the pan a little bit. Yeah. And we're gonna start cooking. Pour oil as much as you can. Besides, it's jollof rice, it needs more oil, okay? So whatever amount of oil, but I use olive oil to cook, so whatever. Allow the oil to warm, then we're gonna put our onions in. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Alright, to our classic jollof rice. Our oil is nice and warm, so let's fry the onion. Give it a few minutes to saute, then we are going to add all our dry ingredients. Back to our dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon of curry powder. This is the basic, it makes jollof rice taste like the flavor you always wanted. That's thyme, that's the ground thyme, so you need this. I'm gonna have 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm gonna have 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, but you can add more if you want to. And 1 tablespoon of ground grove. All right, tell the heat down and add all your dry ingredients. You see, I haven't added the shrimp powder yet. I will add it after all the dry ingredient is also settled. If it were you, you can even turn the heat down to allow it to cook for a few minutes. Our dry ingredient has been with low heat for a few minutes now. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of shrimp powder. If you want it to be like brownish, that you need a shrimp powder. But if you want it to be red, like tomatoes jollof red, then you don't need the shrimp powder, because the shrimp powder is what is going to brown. It's going to brown the stew. Okay, yeah. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Allow it to steam for a few minutes. Then we are going to add our tomato paste. We are going to add our onions. Sorry, not tomato paste. We'll add the onions. This is the onion we blend with ginger, garlic, and ginger, garlic, and onion. So we are going to put it in after the shrimp powder is settled in. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Okay, all the dry ingredients is settled in. So I'm gonna turn the heat up, and I'm going to add the ginger, garlic, and onion into it. It's gonna take a few minutes to cook, so allow it. Never leave your hands. Keep on stirring it until it's well cooked before we add our onions, before we add our tomato paste and the rest. So don't go nowhere. But before we add our tomato paste, this is the basic ingredient you also need. Bay leaf. Just throw it in. The bay leaf is going to give it a flavor. It smells good. Even when you microwave it or when you put it in the toaster oven, it will taste really good. You can get it out after the stew is done, so it won't cause any harm. Besides, it's also healthy. So stay tuned. Let's cook this, and we'll get back to you. So we are still working on our onion. How do you know the onion is done? You know when it's done when the bottom starts sticky. But the good thing is I use non-stick pan. As you can see, all my cooking utensils are non-stick, so it's hard to get it full sticky, but you can tell when it's done. So keep on working on it. Don't let your hands go, otherwise it's gonna end up burning it. And jollof rice is very tricky. This is classic jollof rice from Frema Shows. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Our onions, ginger, and garlic and everything is ready. So the next part is we're going to add some of the tomato paste into it. Because it's a jollof rice, you don't want to add too many tomato paste or too much tomato paste in it. Otherwise, it will taste like a little bit sugary. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to add about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Besides, we have fresh tomatoes right here, in which we are going to put it in a few minutes. Stir the tomato paste, allow it to cook before we add our tomato sauce, the fresh tomatoes as well. Keep on stirring it. Alright, so this is how it looks so far. Let me bring the camera closer. You can tell the tomato paste is all mixed together, and this is how it looks. Now, we are going to add our fresh tomatoes gradually. You'll be surprised after it's well cooked and the stew is done, how much is left. You are going to be surprised as much as I am. Stay tuned. Let me pour everything in and I'll be right back. So I just pour everything in, and I'm going to mix it gradually. Make sure that everything is mixed together. And you will be surprised how much is going to be left to cook the jollof rice. Alright, so you're still watching Frema Shows. We will be cooking we'll be adding the rice very soon. But first, the stew needs to be cooked and all the water needs to be absorbed before we pour our beef stock or chicken broth or beef broth that you call it into it. So this is how basically it will look, but wait till it's done, then you will know how much is left. Making a classic jollof rice based on the good ingredient that you put it in, like I put it out there, If you need the ingredients, please let me know. I'll list it out on my YouTube or Facebook as well. All right, let's leave it to cook. You see, I haven't added any salt, right? I have salt, but I'm going to add canned beef into it. With canned beef, it contains a lot of salt, and I don't want it to be, so I'm not going to add any until it tastes like I really need some. But it's fine to me. All right, we'll be adding our rice very soon. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. You're still watching Frema Shows. Right, so this is how the tomato stew look like so far. It's all absorbed and it's time to... So we're going to add our fried meat in it. Allow the fried meat to cook for a few minutes so that it can absorb the stew. Then we're going to add our rice into it. We will add the water first, which is the chicken broth or tomato base, chicken broth or whatever you call it, or beef base, whatever you call it, that's fine. Allow it to cook for a few minutes, then we will add it. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Alright, our meat and sauce is settled, so we're going to add this about 32 ounces of beef broth or chicken broth. Why am I using it? Because I'm cooking classic jollof rice, not any other jollof rice. Okay. Allow it to cook as normally you add water, and allow it to cook for a few minutes before you add your rice. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. You're still watching Frema Shows. Okay, the stew is boiling right now, so we're gonna add our canned beef into it, and at the same time we are going to add our rice as well. I told you this is a classic jollof rice, the one that you have at the restaurant that you love so much. I'm bringing it to you here because we have fast food in Kumasi, and we also cook for parties and everything, so that is why I bring you exactly how we do it. It tastes so good, and you wonder how you cannot get it right at home. Alright, this is 3 cups of rice, white rice, and this is the cup, not the basic big one, but this is the cup. So you're going to add some into our stew gradually. It all depends on how you want your rice to be. Do you want it to be fluffy or you want it to be sticky? So if you want it to be fluffy, then you add 3 cups of rice. If you want it to be, if you want it to stick together, then you reduce the rice to maybe 1.5 or 2 cups of rice. All right, allow it to cook for a few minutes, and I'll show you gradually how it looks like. Basically, this is it. You're still watching Frema Shows. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. All right, let's see how it looks. Wow, we are getting there, isn't it? Yes, we are getting there. So keep on stirring it once in a while to make sure that all the edges are also cooked. Because the funny part is some area can be cooked and some of them could not. So make sure that you stir it. Take your time and get it done. I'm using a non-stick pan, okay? That is why it's not messy, and that is why everything comes out clean. So if you are first time shopping out for cooking utensils, I would advise you to buy a non-stick pan. That's the best way to, because nothing stick in, nothing. And your food always look nice and clean because it doesn't stick in the pan. All right, it's almost done, as you can see. Let's leave it for a few minutes and we will serve. You're still watching Frema Shows. Now let's check. Last minute. Woohoo! Wow, this is why I love to cook. It looks so beautiful and so appetizing. Okay, basically our jollof rice is ready. This is a classic restaurant style jollof rice. My name is Frema Shows. Hold on, we are going to serve. I'm going to show you a classic way to serve your jollof rice as well. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Let me grab my plate and we are going to eat. Yes, we are going to eat. Stay tuned. For the final cut, get a fresh tomato. This is a tomato knife, and cut the other side as well. You can cut into two and slice it. Get tomato knife is very nice. It slices tomatoes perfectly, exactly the way you want it. All right. The next thing is you need a bowl, either this side or that side, just to dress your jollof rice. So I'm gonna use this one. Put this aside. Let's serve. I'm gonna scoop some into the bowl. I'm showing you how we serve it in a restaurant, so that you can also do the same as well. When you have enough, this is all you do. Push it down so that it will not be messy. Now, come here. All right. I'm going to scoop it into my bowl. And you're going to put the tomatoes on the side, just to make it look beautiful. If you serve your husband meal like this in a dinner plate, I'm sure he will love it, because if the food look good, it gives you more appetite. All right, now that I have it done, this is the rice. Good. All right, let's take it out. You see how beautiful it looks, isn't it? This is parsley flakes. I'm just gonna put a little bit sprinkle to make it look like you just bought it from restaurants. Parsley is very healthy. If you Google it, it's very, very healthy. All right, the food is ready. It's about to go down. Classic jollof rice, simple and easy. I know it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, but trust me, it's worth it. It smells good, it's nice and fluffy, and you and your family is going to love it. My name is Frema Shows. I do want to thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and it's bye bye from me. Wait.